Time now for Football Night in New York, and we bring in SNY NFL insider Ralph Vacchiano. And Ralph, Gase watch came and went on Monday without Adam Gase being shown the door. So if Chris Johnson isn't going to make a change now, when do you think he might?
Well, one way or another, by the way, we're going to be on Gase watch probably every Monday for the rest of the season. But honestly, you might be waiting until January if you really think about their situation, because what good at this point does a coaching change do? They're not trying to salvage anything that's left in the season because there is nothing left. You don't usually get that big of a boost from a change in coaches. They just, you go to an interim coach, they run the same systems, and I don't really get the sense that there's a big appetite for doing that in season inside the Jets organization. It can always get to a point where it's so embarrassing they say, you know what, we don't have a choice, but they're not there yet. And, I don't know what it's going to take, but it's entirely possible that they let him coach out the year.
Well, it seems for most Jet fans' reaction that came on Sunday, but certainly not for the owner's taste. So we just heard Adam Gase say offensively they're at step 2 and play calling is step 10. What can he possibly do to get this unit closer to step 5, 6, 7, let alone step 10?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and I don't really know the answer because, the highlights that you guys just showed were of a snap at Joe Flacco's foot, of underthrown passes, pressure on the quarterback. These things are going wrong on every play, so it doesn't really matter what Adam Gase calls if they can't execute it. I mean, the most basic plays, they're not getting done. So the only answer is the players have to start executing those plays, and they really don't have any reinforcements coming, so it has to be those players. They need to be better at the really basic stuff, so this way Adam Gase can maybe get a little bit more creative in what he calls.
All right, Ralph, Joe Douglas has released Le'Veon Bell. He traded Steve McClendon. Now, they're probably not related, both completely different circumstances, both happening, though, in the last week. So who could be the next veteran player to become a former Jet?
But it's interesting. They don't have a lot of value at the moment when you look at their roster. I mean, maybe somebody like Jordan Jenkins could be a guy that could attract something on the market. But most of the players they have their value is so low. You're probably looking at a 6th, 7th round pick. That's for the veteran players. The younger players could be an interesting trade bait for the Jets. Guys like Marcus May, who was in the last year of his contract, drafted by a previous general manager. Safeties make big money on the open market. If the Jets have decided they don't want to pay it, maybe they could get a mid-round pick for him. A guy that will attract a lot of interest on the market is Quinnen Williams. He was somebody that the Jets got calls on at the trading deadline last year. He was, he's only in his 2nd season. There's a lot of hope for him to become a dominant defensive tackle, but again, drafted by a different general manager. So if Joe Douglas wants to move on from any of the young players from Mike Maccagnan, then maybe he could strike some deals. Everybody else, it's, guys like Steve McClendon get, the bare minimum on the market, and it's really just a move to make a move.